What's up, guys? In today's video we're going to be going over every single stash on Woods. Just want to say ahead of time, it's almost impossible to hit all of them in one raid. So you're going to want to base which stashes you're hitting based on where your pathing is and what makes sense for you to do. But for all intents and purposes, we're just going to go over every single one of them. So we're starting over here by Outskirts, and we're just going to boogie on through the map and hit them all so I can show you guys where they are. There'll be a map in the description below showing all the locations, and then I'll also include a map of kind of my pathing depending on my spawn. I usually will do stash runs on my scav, just because I feel like they're almost never hit, especially some of the ones that not a lot of people know about. So that was stash number 1. We're coming up on number 2 right here. I kind of gauge this one by this fallen tree. There's one right here. And then if you cut towards the water, we have another one. This one, I kind of base, there's like these 2 bushes with the tree in the middle. There's another one right here. So usually if I get that outskirt spawns, I will hit all of those ones on that side. And then just depending on, if there's people at lumber or what's going on, I'll come up here and hit this one. This one is next to Dickhead. So that's Dickhead there. And then we have the fallen tree. And there's this one here at the end of the tree. We're going to do a little bit of backtracking. We're going to zoom on over, and I'll show you the ones that if you get the outskirts spawn as well and you're planning on going to USEC, that's usually the path I'll take and hit these couple along the way. Okay, so for this one here, usually if I get the spawn at ZB14 or if I'm planning to go to USEC here, I'll hit this one. So just be careful because you can see the no-no signs. So careful not to go too far. Don't sniff the bushes too much. We have another one here. It's kind of tucked in, a little bit hard to see, but that's definitely one of the ones that almost never gets hit. If I'm doing a scav run and I've got outskirts as an extract, I'll usually try to hit that one. Okay, and then after running like directly along the power lines, this one here, just before you get to the USEC camp, along this power line thing, there's another one here. Before we cut over towards the USEC camp, there is that spawn up here. If you're planning on doing some shooter-born, trying to snipe into the camp, whatever. There are a bunch of stashes up here that not a lot of people check, So from here, when you're in this little divot, you come up the hill here. This one is pretty easy to run past a couple times until you learn it, but I just kind of try to remember that it's along this little divot here, kind of where the dirt ends. If you walk like 90 degrees up, that's where this one is. And then if we go around to this side over here, got another bucket one. So I feel like I know all the stashes on Woods, but there is definitely a chance that I'm missing some. So if anyone knows of any stashes I missed here in the video, please let me know in the comments below. All right, so I got another one here. And then before we cut over towards like Sunken Village and USEC camp, there's one more stash. If you come this way towards the fork in the road, I call this one the V stash, mostly because, I mean, it's a triangle. I don't know why I don't call it the triangle one. I just call it the V one. That's what I call it. So if you're looking for a really cool call out, there you go. Even though it makes 0 sense. So It's in this little patch in the middle here. And as you're running through, there's like kind of like a little dip in the middle and another one here. All right, now we're just gonna zoom over towards USEC, and then we'll hit all the ones starting from there over towards the car village. Okay, so just so everyone can get their bearings, we've got the USEC camp to our left here. One with like the little med tent, the one with the rock with the M4 on top. And we're coming up on the convoy here. So this one I try to remember. You can see two little trees right there that are kind of close together. Little sticky boys. There's one here. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so we're kind of between, so we've got USEC to the right, and then we've got the radio tower to our left. You run straight back here. Don't worry, you are not going to hit landmines here. You're totally safe and fine, and everything will be okay. All right, so there's another bucket one here. Shut up. Stop breathing. All right. So yeah, the PMC spawn is like right about there. So this rock to your right, stash right next to you. Again, this is one of those ones, like I just have little tricks to try to remember where they are. If you look straight up to where the rocks are, kind of where they stick out, if you follow that line of sight, there's one here. I just like to note that normally when I do these loot guides, I end up looting, and like it's very clearly an offline raid, and I just want to give myself a little pat on the back because I haven't looted a single thing, and I'm super proud of that. All right, so next one. We've got another stash over yonder. So in this little triangle patch here, there's one at the edge of the bush. Little grassy one. And then there are 3 stashes in Sunken Village. So we're just gonna scoot on over there. Okay, so the only stashes I know of at Sunken are these 3 on this side. So if you get to where you would jump up to the church, you cut right to this little rocky rock. The rock? The rocky rock? There's the bucket one up here. And then I feel like most people know about the one inside of the little cabin to the right here, but I'll still show it anyway. Got a bucket stash here, and this is just like an extra little side note. There's nothing here right now, but I feel like I have found so many bitcoins in this bush right here. People check the stash but will not look in the bush for gold spawns because there is definitely a few in there, so make sure you sniff the bush real good when you're in there. All right, and the last one at Sunken that I'm aware of is up here, so you just keep running up the ridge. This is where cultists spawn, so if you are doing nighttime stash runs, just be careful because cultists literally spawn like right here. So okay, so where the little like Pride Rock area is, there's a bush here, and we go this away. We got a few up on this ridge line to hit. Okay, so first one's here. And kind of just follow this path and sprint kind of up the mountain. Okay, so once you get to here, make sure you got enough stam, because you kind of got to do like one of these little weird hops here to get up here. Okay, so there's one here. Okay, so you got the tool stuff here. And then if you come down into this little crevasse, we've got one here. I'm so sorry for all the heavy breathing. We are running the PMC hard. Okay, so we're gonna kind of cut back towards the car village and go over the ones over here. This one I always get lost at. It's kind of, I couldn't tell the color of the tree because of the shadow, so I'm just going to blame it on that. But I try to line it up. So with this, if you look out here, it's like the first big rocky ridge when you're coming down from Sniper Rock. This tree looks more yellow in the daytime, but there is one right here. And I don't think I've ever seen this one looted. Unless I'm the one looting it. All right. Next one. So this one again is this is literally a PMC spawn right here. So if you spawn here, you have a stash basically right at your feet. Okay, our next stash. This is kind of like on the road that leads down to the car extract village. If you look inside of this concrete cylinder here, there's one. And then if we follow the road this way. So this one, I try to remember by the tiny like tree bush thing. Oh, oops, I went to the wrong one. The tiny tree bush thing right here. There's many tiny tree bush things. I am now realizing this, but it's this one. This tiny tree bush. Okay, so we're at the Northern UN extract right now. This one's kind of a pain in the butt if you have this extract, since you start extracting if you try to loot it, but you can kind of go in and out and try and search. Do the Marlin from Finding Nemo, in and out of the anemone. Thank you. Okay, so we got another one here. This one I remember by the kind of half fallen tree. There's a stash underneath the bush that's here. Okay, so now we have two more here. We're at like the big ditch with FOB over that way. So we have one here at the top of the hill in the bushes. This one I feel like gets missed a lot. A lot of people know about this one down low next to the rock, but people miss that one at the very top of the hill there. We've got one here. And we have only two more stashes to go. Okay, so we've got the old station to our right along this big rock. There's one tucked in here. And we'll head over to our very last one. Again, if I missed any that I don't know about, please feel free to let me know where they are. I'm sure I'm missing at least one. Okay, so this is the very last stash. So I've got UN roadblock right here. This one's kind of like in the middle of all the branches and stuff like that. All right, hopefully you guys found the video helpful. If you did, leave a like and subscribe, all that good stuff. And again, if I missed any, please let me know in the comments below. Cheers, guys.